The couple are both unemployed. It's the end of the year now, and I can't even get out 1,000 yuan, and my whole family has given up. Life is really miserable. The baby's milk powder is also finished. Now neither of us can even get a few thousand yuan out of our pockets, and it's really embarrassing to say it. Look, this milk powder is already empty. I don't even have the money to buy milk powder.
I didn't see it coming that 2024 would start with layoffs. I was laid off today. In the past, I used to take advantage of other people's layoffs and unemployment online, but I didn't expect that today it would be me. This is also the first time I have been laid off since I graduated in 2022.
In recent years, China has witnessed a continuous increase in its unemployment rate, making employment issues and job security the foremost challenge for the Chinese people in 2024. Regarding the youth employment issue, the National Bureau of Statistics of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, stopped releasing youth unemployment rates since August 2023. The last time this data was published was in July 2023, when the urban unemployment rate for the population aged 16 to 24 soared to 21.3%, reaching a historic high. At that time, the spokesperson for the National Bureau of Statistics, Linghui, explained the decision by saying that the statistical model needed ongoing improvement. With youth facing such high unemployment rates, combined with other age groups, China's actual unemployment rate may well have exceeded expectations. 6 months later, on January 17th of this year, China finally resumed the publication of relevant data. The director of the National Bureau of Statistics, Kang Yi, pointed out that the average annual urban survey unemployment rate for the whole year was 5.2%, a 0.4 percentage point decrease from the previous year. In December, the urban survey unemployment rate for the whole country was 5.1%. For the labor force aged 16 to 24, 25 to 29, and 30 to 59, excluding students, the survey unemployment rates were 14.9%, 6.1%, and 3.9% respectively. The unemployment rate data this time made two adjustments. First, it excluded students aged 16 to 24 from the calculation of that age group. Second, it added a new age range from 25 to 29, excluding students. National Bureau of Statistics Director Kang Yi explained that the new statistical model is aimed at more accurately assessing the employment and unemployment situation among young people. He pointed out that considering the national context, the primary task of students is to study rather than engage in part-time work. If students are included in the age groups, it would mix those who are still studying with those who are looking for part-time jobs or jobs after graduation, which cannot accurately reflect the employment and unemployment situation of young people who truly need jobs after entering society. Since many young people in China are just graduating at the age of 24, and their employment is still unstable or they have not yet found employment, adding the 25 to 29 age group's unemployment rate can provide a more complete picture of the unemployment situation of Chinese youth after graduation. Before this change, China used to publish unemployment rates for age groups of 16 to 24 and 25 to 59 without a separate figure for the 25 to 29 age group. After the data was released, many netizens questioned the authenticity of the statistics. Some said the National Bureau of Statistics should be on the civil dishonesty list. Even the most basic truth is not available. Others expressed doubts. I have a friend who was previously assigned to arrange jobs for the unemployed. He just sat in front of the computer and arranged companies for people, so it looked like many people found jobs every day. Anyway, it's just statistical data, and the reality cannot be checked. Some netizens also questioned that the description of the unemployment rate on the economic situation is not comprehensive because it only calculates the unemployment rate of urban workers. Millions of laborers from rural areas are excluded, and these people are more susceptible to the effects of economic slowdown compared to urban workers. Zhang Dandan, an associate professor of economics at Peking University's National Development Research Institute, who had previously launched a serious challenge to China's youth unemployment rate data, published an article on China's financial website Caijing in July of the previous year to elaborate on her views. Zhang Dandan believes that the youth unemployment rate should include 16 million young people not currently in school who stay at home or rely on their parents. She pointed out that the official statistics did not include this group of young people in the data, which ranged from 19% to 21% from March to June of the previous year. If these young people are included, the actual data should be 46.5%, more than double the official figure. This suggests that the central government may try to present a more favorable unemployment rate for the sake of their reputation while ignoring the true needs of the Chinese people.
I lost my job when I was 36 years old. Not only did I lose everything, I also had a debt of more than 3 million yuan. The child doesn't know what happened yet. She is still happily looking forward to her favorite games and gifts, but these are all bought secretly, but I don't know how to explain it. Pretending to go out to work every day, I don't even dare to cry in front of my family. Life must go on, and debts must be repaid. Is there hope? I want an answer.
China's unemployment crisis, which reached its peak in 2023, continues unabated. Many young people are sharing video testimonials of their experiences being laid off. They are also engaging in discussions about the extreme difficulty of finding employment, with hundreds of resumes yielding no response. Compounding this issue, the impact of a wave of closures of private enterprises earlier this year has led to another round of layoffs, affecting even high-ranking personnel who find themselves with no recourse. Many lament that China seems to be in the midst of an all-encompassing wave of job cuts. They advise those currently employed to value their jobs and tighten their belts to navigate the challenges of 2024. A Human Resources Department employee took to Douyin to underscore the fierce competition for job positions, advising the unemployed to temporarily refrain from job hunting. This situation underscores the ongoing economic hardships faced by many in China. Don't job hunt for the time being. 2023 was a big year for unemployment. As soon as news of a better position comes out, thousands of people will flock to apply. Our company is looking for an ordinary programmer, and I received 1,200 resumes in just 4 days after the job was posted. There are many outstanding talents on the resume, but I haven't decided on a suitable candidate. I have to look at your education, age, and work experience. Now there are more applicants, so companies are more selective. In the current challenging job market, an increasing number of people are turning to low-entry, high-intensity, and low-income jobs like food delivery and ride-sharing with platforms such as Didi as a fallback option. According to statistics, in the first half of 2023, the number of active drivers on domestic food delivery platforms reached 40 million, with more than half of them being college students or recent graduates. For these individuals, choosing to become food delivery drivers is not driven by the promise of high income, but rather the limited availability of job opportunities in an increasingly competitive job market. To make ends meet in China's high inflation environment, they have opted for seemingly simple yet arduous work. It's widely acknowledged that the job of food delivery drivers is far from easy. They navigate the city day and night, taking orders, picking up and delivering meals, regardless of weather conditions like scorching heat, heavy rain, or freezing winds. They contend with complex traffic situations, including congestion, accidents, and rule violations. The income of delivery drivers has declined compared to previous years, and making over 10,000 yuan a month is becoming increasingly difficult. But having a job is better than not. Ride-sharing drivers are facing similar circumstances. Many individuals, especially those who have lost their jobs, see becoming ride-sharing drivers as a viable option due to the flexibility and low entry barriers. However, as the economy worsens, the number of drivers on the road increases. In July of last year, Shanghai announced a temporary suspension of processing ride-sharing transportation licenses due to market saturation. But with reduced consumer demand, fewer people are using ride-sharing services, leading to an oversupply of drivers and lower incomes. Some drivers work 14 to 15 hours a day without earning much, and some even resort to sleeping in their cars for months to save money. Hong Kong's Singtao Daily reports that in mainland China, the phrase, "if you can't find a job, just drive for Didi," is no longer a joke. As of October last year, more than 1.2 million certified ride-hailing drivers were added. Shanghai drivers, who used to earn up to 1,800 yuan a day in previous years, are now making only around 600 yuan a day, roughly $84. The saturation of the ride-sharing industry has left every driver feeling the financial pinch. From December 2020 to April 2023, the average number of daily ride requests dropped from 23 to 10. A Shanghai ride-sharing driver pointed out that his hourly income dropped from 90 yuan to 50 yuan over the past year. A Shanghai ride-sharing driver named Lei Zi has to drive at least 8 hours a day to pay off the 350 yuan rental fee. He told eastday.com, "Since the car is rented, I wake up every day owing the rental company 350 yuan. To save money, Linghui treats his car as a mobile home, working from 2 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and spending almost 15 hours on the road every day, earning almost 400 yuan a day. Linghui mentioned that many ride-sharing drivers are in the same situation, with no days off except when they are sick or unable to walk. Furthermore, the exploitation of drivers by platforms has exacerbated the situation. Subsidies have decreased, commissions have increased, and price wars have ensued, ultimately transferring losses to the least advantaged party, the drivers themselves. To make a living, rideshare drivers are forced to increase their driving hours and accept orders from multiple platforms. Some drivers have even switched to other services like ride-sharing and local delivery to secure additional income. In addition to choosing careers as food delivery drivers and ride-sharing drivers, many young people have recently opted to start street vending businesses. In recent years, from major cities to small towns, there has been a growing number of young faces seen on street corners setting up stalls. Previously, street vending was often seen as a last resort, and it carried a sense of embarrassment. Today, however, it has become a common phenomenon for young people. Many hope that through this seemingly simple job, they can achieve self-sufficiency and embark on an entrepreneurial path to substantial income. However, street vending is not an easy endeavor. Many young stall owners cannot operate in night markets and are limited to driving their vending carts through the streets. They must also constantly watch out for urban management officers who may chase them away. Ultimately, due to costs outweighing income, they end up selling their vending tools, becoming unemployed once again. When we arrived at the place where the stall was set up, the sun was shining brightly. I waited and waited, but I didn't even find a single customer. Finally, 2 young ladies came and bought 2 bouquets of flowers, so I earned 15 yuan. I looked for other places and planned to continue setting up stalls, but there were no people there. I had no choice but to go back home. After deducting the cost of spending 105 yuan, the round-trip taxi fare of 40 yuan, and a bowl of rice noodles for 8 yuan, my income today was negative 138 yuan.
Oh my God, it's so hard. No one, no business, no money, a perfect storm. Look, the urban management officer came again and again. How will I survive? I was shoved back and forth for 3 hours and only managed to sell these. We're all becoming deadbeats.
Not only is street vending challenging, but even traditional brick-and-mortar businesses are finding it increasingly difficult to thrive, with more and more storefronts closing and being leased out to new businesses. Nowadays, in both large and small cities, the number of individually owned stores, whether in the food and beverage industry or daily retail, is dwindling. In the past, young entrepreneurs could open small shops or online stores to pursue wealth and success, starting small and gradually accumulating wealth. However, since the outbreak of the pandemic, physical stores in China have been facing a wave of closures, and what used to be bustling malls and supermarkets have become eerily empty. High rents and diminishing foot traffic have left these individual business owners in dire straits. Many store owners have voiced their grievances in the Chinese media, but ultimately they are left with no choice but to announce their closures. I work in a shopping mall. The whole mall was closed down and there was no one left.
I'm at a supermarket in Tianhe District, Guangzhou. This supermarket used to be very famous in our community. I still remember that during the Chinese New Year and holidays, this supermarket was always overcrowded. But now it seems there is not a single person.
Business has reached a freezing point in the past 2 days. Not a single sale. 2 people finally came in, but they just left. Yesterday, no sales in the store, but 2 orders were placed online for several hundred yuan. Same today, again for several hundred yuan. It's difficult to make over 1,000 yuan every day. How can I continue this business? Since 2023, the challenges faced by businesses in China, both small enterprises and individual storefronts, have become increasingly evident. The impact of the pandemic, in particular, has severely affected many businesses, leading to layoffs and cost-cutting measures in response to economic downturns and market uncertainties. Many had hoped for China's economy to recover by 2024, but reality has delivered a significant blow. Under the continued influence of China's economic downturn, private enterprises experienced another wave of closures at the beginning of this year. Additionally, the recent introduction of new company laws in China means that private enterprises will rapidly close down within 5 years due to their inability to meet substantial registered capital requirements, resulting in a significant loss of jobs. The wave of unemployment has swept through, leading to broken families and increasingly dire living conditions for many. To survive, many households have cut their living expenses and reduced their everyday consumption. As consumer spending significantly declined, supermarkets and malls have become deserted, presenting a stark contrast to their former bustling atmosphere. Consumer purchasing power has taken a heavy hit, with reduced demand for everyday necessities, leading to supplier overstock, increased warehousing costs, and potential economic losses from unsold and expired goods. This situation has led to more and more stores closing down, creating a vicious cycle of closures, unemployment, reduced consumption, and further closures. How does China plan to break free from this deadlock? As industry after industry becomes oversaturated, the employment market continues to deteriorate. Even low-entry, low-income industries that were once considered fallback options, such as food delivery, ride-sharing, and street vending, are becoming increasingly saturated. In the future, even these options may not be readily available. Without stable jobs and income, people are forced to tighten their belts and live in such a depressed environment, making it challenging for them to find happiness.